So, welcome to Dominus Nissi on 88.9 FM, and you're with your RJ Pismi. I'm here to share my story. This time, I'm going to take you to a different area of my life. So, here I'm talking about equity, inclusion, and diversity. And this is a bit of like a blurb that I shared yesterday with my co-work colleagues, and in a 45 minute speech session that I had, I thought I should share with my listeners because you are so close to my heart. So, what we usually do in the corporate sector, we always acknowledge the country, and that's how you start the conversation. So, let me start acknowledging my God who gave me this opportunity to share this with my good audience on 88.9 FM, and acknowledge my country of all wonderful and beautiful people who passed and having their life here and emerging and the future. Uh, we love and respect all the people in this country who generously opened their heart and their life to all the people from different parts of the country. Yes, I totally admire their mindset of accepting everyone with no regret. They were always grateful for everyone who coming to this country. And I was thinking about my workplace. I'm working for a health organization, Alfred Health, for the last 14 years. This is my 15th year over there. I truly enjoy to work and get up and do my job at that place now. But if I think in between, before the COVID time, I was not that so happy because you all know driving to St. Kilda side over the West Gate, it's always a challenge, especially in the morning peak time. And I was driving every day, almost like 10, 11 years, because need to work over there because it's a 9 to 5 job and they need to be there for 5 days. And I was thinking how this COVID gave different blessings to our life. COVID helped in many ways. The first thing that COVID helped me personally helped me to love my job. I love the quote that Steve Jobs used to say to me. Yes, I was telling that Steve Jobs told me. Yes, he always say this to all different audience that he had in his life. He always said that the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Yes, I always think that Steve used to say that to me, not to the audience, because when I heard that line and when I saw that line everywhere, yes, that's what I was missing. I was not loving what I was doing. I love data, I love computers, but I need to apologize to all the young computer geeks that if I say that I'm a person who love computer, sometimes I may not know how to fix my problems in the computer, and I don't know how to even fix even my mobile phone. But I still love computers. I love data. So that's what my computer love, and that's the reason why I picked up data as my profession, and I'm still with the data. I playing with data? That's totally a separate question. But I love my work. I love my team. I got beautiful people in my team. I love their energy. I feel proud when they achieve different projects, when they complete their projects. I feel the excitement that I'm trying to help patients in the Alfred Health, and I feel belonging to that Alfred Health. I feel that I'm part of my organization. And that's the reason why I love my work. But before COVID, I was not. Before COVID, I was thinking, oh, I have to go to get money to feed my boys. because I was like a only breadwinner for my three boys, being a single parent. So the only thing that I can do, go and work hard and pay my childcare and pay my bills and pay to get some money for my groceries to feed my boys. That's the only reason that I was going to the work and then doing my work. Am I loving the work? I'm not sure I was. But this didn't have the problem because I know the stuff and I can do it without much effort from myself. And I really do remember my kids used to say that, Mom, what do you usually do? Because you always talk. I didn't see anything you doing in the computer. You always talk. Is that your job? That's what they usually do. But what happened after COVID? Everything did change, right? Yes, the mental health, work life balance, equity, diversity, inclusion, all different the topics came up, and you can work online. You can work hybrid. You don't even need to go to the workplace, right? So that's what happened after the COVID, and I would say that's a blessing for me and many other listeners that I know personally. Why it's a blessing? Because you can do your work in a flexible way. At the same time, you can give your 100% to your family. And here where I need to share a couple of stories that what happened before COVID and after COVID. Before COVID, when I was struggling with my three boys, I got two twin boys at that time, 3 to 4 years old, and my elder son was at grade 7. And that time, when I was in the workplace, I was having a bit of like a problem in my face, and my colleague opposite to me recognized that my face was shivering. Even though I was not feeling anything, my face was shivering. And then I really acknowledge and I'm grateful for my colleague even today. She forced me to go to the ED at that time because I work for the hospital and ED is just a couple of levels up. And I went to the ED and then they identified that I have real good high blood pressure. It's around 257, and they took me to the scan and then clearly found out that I'm having some trouble in my brain, and they identified that I'm having cerebral aneurysm. So they asked me to do a surgery because that can cause a stroke and even can die because of that aneurysm. And I said, yes, I have three boys. I don't have anything to do with them because I need to find out the different things. And they asked me to create a will, do a will because I need to find out who will be the guardians because they are under 18. And then I was going to do the surgery. That time I realized or I learned that my dad was having a surgery because he's having a tumor in his tummy. I really got a instinct in mindset that I need to see my dad because I'm going to go to this surgery which I'm not sure whether I will survive, but I need to see my dad because dad is always my hero. So I want him to give me blessing or I want to see him. So what I did, I went to see my dad for 4 days. So I just went there just before his surgery and I saw him right after the surgery in the ICU. I talked to him. I got all his blessings and I told my dad to bless me and I came here. When I landed here, I heard the news that my dad was having sepsis and he gone back to surgery and he died over there. So that was the news that I got while I was waiting for my surgery. That really took me out. And that caused lots of trauma, lots of impact and incident in my personal life because that's the time when the whole community knew about our family, that I was living with my boys and all the things happened. And I was hiding all these things, feeling that it will impact the status quo that every Indian people keeping. That was a tremendous time to respond to many different people in the community. Many people acted in different ways, different times, and different styles. But I was not ready to talk to anybody because I was waiting for my surgery, because I was counting on my life, and I'm sure that I'm gonna die soon because this bomb or that bomb is actually ticking in my head, and I'm sure if I'm not going to the surgery, I'm going to die soon, and my three boys will be alone in this whole world. So I was very, very eager to find out to create my will. Our close family friends that still, the four of them helped me tremendously during the whole 10 years to go through this great journey. They helped me to find out the lawyers, to do the will, to find out different doctors, and going through all these discussions. And then I did my surgery, and miraculously I got up and I could live a better life. And that's the point in my life, helped me to learn more about self-care, more about self-awareness, and self-love. I'm not sure whether that I practiced properly during that time, but that gave me an idea how much important is your life than your work. From there onwards, I was practicing the power of 3S: the self, the soul, and the status. I was going through the spiritual awareness, going deep dive into that spirituality, and then finding out what's the relationship between spirituality and religion. I totally agree that religion is helping us to go deep dive into the spirituality. But I don't think that today's religion is helping you to find out the real spirituality. Deep dive into that Holy Bible and finding the learnings that connected to your life and going closer to your core. That's what all helped me. Finding that inner healing through different areas, finding out what is the real purpose, finding out the genetical issue that connected to you through the generational trauma. All these things actually happened through the same family who supported me for the last 18 years, gave me a trainer to find out. That's how I got connected with Elizabeth from Dubai, the Smart Inspiration Training Center. She helped me to go deep dive into my life through Bible, finding out my real purpose, finding out what is happening in my life, what happened in my childhood, and what happened to me when I was in my mom's womb. What are the emotions that really didn't resolve in my mom's life and which passed on to me? All these things I learned, and then she really helped me to rewire my brain through food patterns. That's how I learned the relation between the gut and the brain, the gut brain axis one on one. That's why I learned that your generational trauma can be modified through prayer, through deliverance, and through your intentional focus and practice of mindfulness. I know that in religious practices, we are all going through different retreats, but the impact will finish maybe some time after the retreat. But this is more of like a daily conscious practice to take your mindset into different level and take the attitude of positivity one at a time in your life. And that's where I learned more and more about emotional intelligence and finding out that your brain got more of that confidence level if you add the emotion to that. That's where I started to connect with kindness, gratitude, and the compassion and the love, joy, and peace. And that's how I started this show to spread love, joy, and peace. You know what happened at the workplace? Everyone started to find out the core, the reason why I'm doing all these things. People started to started to find out the clarity in my communication, started to identify the confidence in me, and started to find out that connections that I'm making having some power. And that's where we have 52 people in our team, and everyone identifying the different specialities of each people and connecting and collaborating to work hard and work towards one single goal. And we are all a happy family at workplace. And that's the reason I love my work, because it is the identity that you're clearly open to the people. When we share your story with authenticity, people realize the truth behind it. So one simple message that I need to pass to you: connect to your core with authenticity. That will help you to improve the clarity, build your confidence, and create the connection, meaning you will have a meaningful, wonderful, and happy life. That's what all it is. That's what everyone wants: a meaning and love, joy, and peace in your life. And that is our life. That is my life. And that's your life. Let's spread this love, joy, and peace with no condition. Yes, unconditionally. Let's build the kingdom of Lord with love. This is Dominus Nisi, and you are with Bismi. We are spreading love, joy, and peace on 88.9 FM, your sound of West.